Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Let's player. On bottom right side as the red Japanese, we have the Canadian. The Canadian Japanese. Spawn top left side as the blue Russians, we have a foreign name. Which one the icons or icons? Symbols? Glyphs? Is an A in a box. There's a weird variation of the copyright symbol, which is a C in a circle, I'm guessing. And that's the best I can get there. Orchard Rickshaw making his way up north. No deck selected by either player just yet. Got a shared orchard eventually being tasked there. Brian being born, but built. I can't speak. Lines like my pixels. I have no idea what that means. Maybe this another person means. I know what that means. Some bros. I guess there's something named Lion? I don't know a lot of names. Sorry. I'm one of those people who I'm not really part of a community. I'm more or less just in my own corner, just doing my own thing. Hence probably the avatar as well. Yeah. Blue overall's having trouble shooting the local doggos, which I'm sort of fine with that. He's not an ATF agent. We do now have... He's trying to steal his Drift of Turpin. What's Terrapin? Terrapin? Turpin? Isn't Turpin like some sort of like word that they say in ancient mythology from the Norse? Terrapin. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Is that the same thing? What is a terrapin? Now I'm just really going crazy. But either way, we do have a deck selected. We do have a card I'm not familiar with. We got Mountain Warrior. Monk and attack hit points increase. Japanese monks gain greater resource rewards from treasures, so he's going to pilfer the land of all the treasures. We also got the Endless Irregulars, Holy Refuge, Monastery Improvements cheaper, and Ships and Monastery Rickshaw. Huh. He's going for some sort of mercenary deck or outlaw deck. We got Villagers, Wood, Coin, Shrine Wagons, Yumi Archers, Yumi Archer Attack, Ashigaru Musketeers, Diplomatic Intrigue, Daimyo Motatata, Shared Orchard Rickshaws, Villagers, Wood, Coin, Yumi Archers, Way of the Bone, Ashigaru Musketeers, Close Combat, Archer, Mounted Archer, Yabusama, don't know how to pronounce any sort of name, Ino Rush, Flaming Arrows, more Flaming Arrows, and the Shogun. We do now have the number 1 deck, which is better than the number 2 deck. We got the Wood Trickle. Even though that's English, I have no idea how to pronounce it. Distributivism? Yeah, I can't even pronounce it before, sorry, in English. Wood, Coin, Schultze, Poor Chicks, or New Order Regiments, Cossacks, Advanced Arsenal, Spice Trade, Wood Coin, Strela Combats, Poor Chicks, Polk. Porshik's hit points increased. Porshik's gain more hit points from nearby infantry, so we got a horde effect and as well as more increased hit points. And those are the unique halberdier, or the not necessarily unique, but cheap halberdier unit that the Russians could put on field. Cavalry Combat, Cavalry Archers, Sovinias, increase the melee damage of Cavalry Archers, Streltsy, and Porschiks. Balkanets, Roman, Trulet Horde, Boyar's Toys Soldiers, Tsar Cannon, and Factory. So we got a Porshik Shrilet deck, maybe with a bit of Cavalry, a follow-up. We do now the age up to the Quartermaster, and over here we do have the age up with the Torii Gate. So give him a free Samurai and a military rickshaw. No shipments there, just villagers. Shipment of wood. We do now have a barracks being built there. He might be eyeing for a bit of aggression. His cards, he's going for the shrine wagon, so maybe not eyeing for aggression, maybe going for a faster castle. Monks now pushing way forward. Bit of coin being collected on hub. I cannot speak today, can I? Probably because I haven't gotten any decent sleep in feels like a month. Either way, we do now have a samurai pushes way forward. Samurais do have excellent siege damage, 67. Of course, they are a 2 population unit, and effectively a pikeman has what, 30, 32? And even then, for dividing the population based on siege attack, it's still even better than a pikeman. So, samurai have great siege and a good sword. Multiple houses being built, or shrines, probably from shrine wagons. Do have now very fine code. Recruits are the cheap musketeer variant that the Russians can pull on field. We also got a church for some divine intervention. Does not have any sort of church card there. It's just doing that for primarily for the part of the experience struggle. Recruits now being recruited. And stable, eyeing for some stability. And a coin for some money. Yeah, I don't have a good pun for that. The samurai has taken some severe damage, has the same health as a pikeman now. Got around Ashikaru musketeers. Ashikaru musketeers, they have great damage for their population. Recruits, not so much. They're meant to be dirt cheap. They have 18 damage. Standard musketeer damage is what, 23? And they have 30 less health as well. A standard musketeer has 150. Ashikaru musketeers, more of a advanced version musketeer, costing 120 rather than 100, so a 20% increase for 1 extra point of damage, 20 extra hit points. So effectively, they're not exactly, I don't think that was necessarily cost effective, but they're very population efficient to cost the same population. I am not sure how to pronounce that improvement. We do now have the Town Watch research, and a research we're not going to talk about. More recruits being employed out, and more Ashikaru musketeers. So maybe we're going to bring in shipment of Yumi archers. We got a stable for more stability for the Japanese player. Maybe for some Naginata riders, we're not going to be super great against the recruits. He's pulling a good number of Ashikaru musketeers, so a good counter. I'm not saying a good counter. A counter would be the Strelets. After all, their effectiveness is numbers. Even as a counter unit, they're not that great. Villager does take quite a bit of bullets there. Recruits here in good numbers. 8 Ashikaru musketeers versus approximately a large number of recruits. 8. So the Japanese player is winning. They retreat. He's taking a lot of damage on the retreat. The samurai is still alive as well. More recruits are here. It may have been better for him to stand and fight with some of those forces. After all, he lost so much in the retreat. He may have saved 4 at very little damage in return. Got a single Cossack in the field. Cossacks are a cheaper Hussar variant. They offer good damage, a little less so. Overall, pretty population efficient compared to Hussars. Hussars have what? 320 health? So I have 33% less health, only slight less damage. For about 25% less cost. So overall, Cossacks are very population efficient compared to Hussars. Now got some Strelets being put on the field, going for New Order regiments. We'll give them more health and damage on Strelets, recruits, and Porschiks. That'll give us recruits a little bit more capability, bring them more up their line for other musketeers. Not quite. It'll help even out. But it also does affect some of his other cheap units. Become a bit more cost effective at least. After all, the base cost of a recruit is what? 60, 80, lowered it down to 75, 25% cost for about now not even 25% reduction. Overall, very cost effective to say at least right now. Does get out some more Strelets, so now he does have 20 Strelets, but he's going to fight a good number of Naginata riders. The recruits need to make sure they take out those Naginata riders. We got a round of Cossacks here that help engage Naginata riders on equal footing. Recruits or Cossacks charging way forward. Naginata or Ashgar Musketeers may want to go into melee mode here with the Cossacks. Recruits are in melee mode. They're going to do good work against Naginata Riders. Naginata Riders are getting ripped apart. Strelets are going to be doing just fine against these Ashgar Musketeers. And overall, looks like the Russian player will win out. Pushing, getting those recruits into melee mode once again. Musketeers being focused on by the Strelets. Not many targets left for them. The monks themselves are classified not as heavy, so they won't receive bonus damage from the Strelets. They won't receive negative damage either. Does smoke bomb one of the monks away, starting to counterattack. Strelets have horrendously bad siege damage, like any other equivalent units, such as crossbowmen. Now got a forward blockhouse, relatively forward blockhouse being put on the field. We got a shipment of Porshix. Not sure what their siege damage is, but he does need some more effective siege troopers. Recruits offer a little bit more siege damage, but nothing too bad. Musketeers have 20 versus 18. There's a round of Naginata Riders. He's actually running out of recruits. And the Strelets will get ripped apart by Naginata Riders, receiving plus 50% extra damage. And that round, Naginata Riders will win out. Does lose one of them there at the blockhouse. Porshix now put on the field, so has a good number of them. They do have 27 siege damage, above average siege damage. And attack is decent. Stable will go down. He's going for more Naginata Riders. Maybe a good idea if the Russian player to eye not Strelets. He needs recruits. Recruits offer a good, decent bayonet. Strelets don't. 40 villagers versus 35. Of course, we've got a good number of shrines in the field. 120 population, so perhaps what? 11 shrines on the field. We do not have another stable being put on the field. We've got the advanced monastery. Not sure what he can get out with it. Huh. It's not golden for the advanced monastery. It doesn't say renames to the advanced monastery. Clearly a misleading card, renaming the monastery to the advanced monastery. Either way, some of the shrines started being torched on down. Very nice. We now have a blockhouse here. The explorers here. Now we've got a decent army here of Naginata Riders and Ashgar Musketeers, as well as a round of Yumi Archers, being anti-heavy unit. They offer 50 plus 50% damage against heavy infantry, unlike regular archers, like crossbowmen. And they also have really good damage as well. Longbowmen, they have similar damage to longbowmen, but longbowmen have twice the attack speed. Ashgar Musketeers have 10 melee damage, actually a little bit less than standard Musketeers, so they're actually not great in melee compared to other heavy infantry units. Even though recruits do better in melee by 1 point. So the Porshix can do quite well against them, assuming they can actually connect. Porshix, being a cheaper halberdier unit, actually moves slightly faster. I think halberdiers usually move at 4 rather than 4.25. I could be mistaken about that. Does consent the blockhouse, sees a pretty sizable arm here. Everyone plays at 100 out of 100. The Russian player has 90 out of 105. Going for the spice trade and the socket bayonet. Recruits get a volley there. Does have a handful of Strelets. I think that's an adequate number of Strelets. He doesn't really need too many. No, you can never have enough of them. Honestly, 10 may actually not be enough still. We've also got the, looks like Japanese isolationism. Porshix now engaging. Should be a report knocking out the riders, but the Porshix are getting ripped apart themselves. Being hit by the Yumi Archers and the Musketeers. Does pull back to knocking out the riders. Porshix, they offer good damage both against all targets, so they need to they can hit anything in melee. Now only the Strelets pretty much remain, so the Strelets are starting to go on down. and the Russian army will be wiped on out. Quantity versus quality. And the Japanese player did come out quite ahead. It still has 100 population in the field versus opponents just now down to 50. The Japanese player did not take too many losses, but they are quite wounded. The monks are healers, so you can stay back, get them healed up, maybe push forward the not wounded units. It's going to take a long time to heal up those units. Maybe not even worth it to take time to heal up. Now the anvil's hot. Now it's time to hammer. Shrillet's been pulling the field as more recruits. He does have also blockhouse down here that's not producing. So he has 2 blockhouses here producing. Maybe a good idea to go for around 4 6 and start hitting his opponent's base. I'll keep him at home. Oh, howdy, I just saw your rumble comment. I can't speak. We also got the drummers. Japanese player can't go for shipment, not deploying out anything, not villagers. Maybe good idea to go for the daimyo. Maybe Ashgar, the Yumi archer attack. I'd say either of those would be good right now. Villagers starting to get gunned down. Explorer will go down. Shrilets may want to push forward and hit those Ashikaru musketeers, but he was getting hit by his own choke point. Now he's going to use his own choke point in his favor, but he's not engaging. Japanese player is 107, Russian player is 198. Remember, his force is of much lower quality. Another round of recruits here. Blockhouse does go down. More musketeers coming from the north. Does destroy the house there. The Russian player is basically a pop cap now. Naginata's taking some severe damage, and Mizo's Naginata's alive. Shrillet's charging the way forward. That's not good. Yep, I think that misclick the Shrillet's there is going to make the Russian lose. Because having them charge forward like that into Naginata riders, they just rip apart. Naginata riders do effectively 45 damage per attack, and those Shrilets have around 80 health, so they will get 2-shotted by the Naginata riders. Either way, this is Angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.